Can you still deliver? You know what I'm saying? And not lose the essence of what you're doing. Not water. I don't water down.
And the excellence.
That's the word I was looking for, bro.
There you go. Because if we don't have it our way, or we don't do it like how we want it to be done, we'll have to do stuff.
Yep.
But we will have to do stuff, and when I think about that, man, it's a humbling experience too, because it keeps you at a level and keeps you in a place of humility, because that's important when it comes to going to the next level. And you know, all these things happening and God opening these doors, He's doing things for you. But it's important and imperative that you still be committed to the call, even when the call ain't checking for you, ain't calling in.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey, such and such, all right, because it's a season I ain't had no booking.
Right.
And when I understood that, okay, that means it's preparation time.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
Hey, yo, world, what up? What it do, man? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. You know what it is. It's your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Chef Motivator. And y'all know how we do, man. We join together on tonight once again. My left, your right. My brother from another mother. Man, we about to go in tonight, man. Y'all give it up for my boy Alexander Hall. What's cracking like it?
I'm cooling, man. You know,
How you doing, sir? You doing all right?
There you go.
yeah, he's tripping already. He's tripping already.
I'm not gonna spaz, but I'm gonna spaz.
He's tripping already. Yo.
To my right, your left, the man with many voices.
Yeah, many voices.
Hey, yeah, what was the dude? I think it was He-Man. His name was Many Faces.
Yes.
Was it He-Man?
It was He-Man.
He called it Many Faces or something
Many
like
Faces.
that. Yeah. Many voices.
Yeah.
I do.
Man, y'all give it up for my brother from the same mother, man. Y'all give it up for my boy Wonda.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Big bag dog, man.
Our big bag. You already got the big swag.
That was Boy Wonda. Sound like we got Cat with us tonight.
Hey, we got Cat Williams,
We got
and it's
special
going
guest.
down, boo-boo. It's going down.
Cat Wonder.
I was at work the other night, actually last night, and I had took this patient up. It was her and her husband. So there's like, hey, you do impressions? Because they was like, you look like Kevin Hart. Like I get it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. It's like, oh, if you could do Kevin Hart, that'll be cool. It's like, well, you know what we can do right now? They was just laughing. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm finna book you. Yeah, I want to book you. So she actually hit me up on Instagram like, hey, I want to book you for a wedding.
Wow.
It was crazy, bro. I just be myself, dog. Like when I be going with people, like I try to. My goal is like get your focus and mind off whatever you got going on.
Yeah.
And like I had them laughing
sure.
the whole time. Just doing different stuff. It's like, yeah, man. Same time, man. Same time. It was just laughing, bro. So whether it be music or comedy, and like she was adamant, like she had hit me up maybe a few hours after that. She's like, "Hey, I hit the booking email, but ain't nobody respond." I was like, "Okay, well, it's after business hours, but we'll get with you." So I was like, "Come on."
It was her wedding. It's hers or somebody else's wedding.
I'm guessing it's somebody else's.
Okay, true that. Yeah.
So but I know all the details once we get back with her.
Yeah.
Once I hear back from Elliot. So
that's big dope.
But yeah, bro, and it's the importance of just being you, dog.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's it. You just never know where to come from.
Yeah. For real.
That's it. So how you doing, big bro?
Oh man,
What's going on?
What's up,
everything going on, man? Season about ready to start. We amping up, man. The philanthropy amping up, man. I'm good, man. But but I got some really good news right now, though, dog. What's up, man? Cut the check.
Listen, I drank it out, my boy.
Yeah. For real.
Come on.
Yeah, I got a couple of engagements. The fall season is with turn up time for us speakers in the education market. So
yeah,
you got a couple of engagement this month, next month. But a couple of them contracts that was pending.
Hey, access granted.
Yes, sir.
That's good. That's very good. Yeah,
Come through, Lord.
Yeah, for sure.
Come through.
The big one.
Oh yeah, that's good. Though.
Big one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, bro. That's good. Let's go.
Big one.
Hey, boy, you got that Chuck E. Cheese smile, boy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese smile.
Y'all make me run around the church Sunday.
Bro. Hey, why you running? If only you knew. Hey, stop running again.
Yeah.
Hey,
sure.
stick.
For real. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. For real.
And he's off to the races.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I got. So they're supposed to be contacting me to finish up the preliminaries, but they got the green light. So
That's good.
yeah. So then stuff like that, you just know where it leads, man.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know where it leads, man. All the heartache, all the pain, all the tears,
It
all
always
the
comes at
frustration.
the right time, dog.
Yeah. Bruh.
Even the time we think it's supposed to be in it, like, nah, it makes it that much greater and sweeter.
Yeah, and it's at times like that you have to hold on to words. When God send a word to you, no matter how it comes, it's just like you forget it in that moment because you want what you want in that moment, and then it gets frustrating. Then you go back, you remember the words that were spoken, and just remembering the words that my baby spoke over my life a couple months back. She said, and she said, "Well, Dad, second half of the year is gonna be your year. You're gonna have to be able to turn. You're gonna have to figure out what engagements you're gonna have to, turn away. So, because it's like, wow, it's like it's actually starting to happen.
Fruition.
Yeah.
Hey, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he'll constantly send people that's how much he loves us. He'll send other people constantly to remind you of his word. So he let you know, hey, I ain't forgot.
Yeah.
So even when I remember a few podcasts ago, you was like, I kept hearing the same word, like, the person said, like, don't come to me, like, right. He go, you about to get it. He's like, son, I'm just trying to remind you of my word that I ain't forgot. But no, he gonna get it, Lord. He gonna get it. Be like back else.
You crazy.
Don't come this way.
You crazy.
But no, that's dope, bro.
Yeah. I'm just excited for the second half because of like new people, relationships that I built.
Yeah.
That seem to be kind of like solid and stuff like that. And
ain't nothing like it.
you know what I'm saying? Just like it's like, okay, God, I see you. I see you. Like, the back to school event. Oh, you ain't on social media. I be forget you gotta get on social media.
I gotta get back because
come to your house, drag you out.
I gotta get back. I got 2 records.
You gotta create a
drop,
present. Like,
Yeah. So
we got to finish editing it, but I just took a few of the shots and just put it on.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, dog, we had a packed house, dog.
Yeah.
It was. And people was like, man, boy, like they really, cause see, like, I love how God deal with me. I love me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love what you do. You gotta know who you are and do what you do. Because you know me, like, I'm a high energy guy. So my motivation is beyond motivation. And, it on the lines of empowering. Like when you leave the whole Shift Motivations brand was for me to come into an atmosphere and shift it. So that way you can shift your atmosphere, whatever that looks like for you. So if you mad and frustrated. So when I come into that atmosphere, I don't want you to be mad and frustrated by the time I leave. I want you to feel inspired and empowered that you can go and do what you need to do. We'll work on the plan on how to get there later.
Yep.
But what people have to understand is when there is no momentum, it's hard to do anything.
It is.
So to those people that think like motivation is overrated, no, it ain't overrated. Try to do something without motivation, without the motive to do something. You go to work every day because your motive is to get a paycheck at the end of the week.
Yep.
You ain't going to work for your health.
Sure, man.
Get out my head,
Sure
dog.
You know what I'm saying? Let them take that paycheck away. Let me see if you be motivated to go to work Monday morning.
Well,
You're gonna hear one word, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the feedback from the parents and the people, and it was amazing, dog. It was just like man, it wasn't a dull moment. Like one lady said, man, it wasn't even a dull moment. It's like, cause we just kept everything going. That's when I plan my events. That's how I want it to be, because I want you to keep just the next high is coming, the next high. But it's invigorating, it's empowering you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you like so that's and when that lady when she said that, it did my heart well, because I know that was my vision. Okay, she called the vision, and it was just like God rest her soul. When Mom called me after I did the radio interview, and I was kind of in my feelings because I offered a free coaching package, a free coaching package to I forgot what she did at the time, and she didn't know I was going to do that. So I told her I'm going to offer a free coaching package to whatever we was doing at the time on the radio session.
Right.
And so it was the first actually broadcast for the new season. And so she was like, man, she hit me up. She's like, what better person to have for the first episode than the shift motivator himself? That's how she I'm like, yeah, okay, I got you. And so we did it, and it was like there was really like no questions or anything. It was very few questions. So I was like, well, I know people got questions and stuff. And so we ended up getting off the air, and Sister Carlos was with her at the time. And I didn't know they was listening. So she called me. She said, baby, you did a good job. You did a good job. And I said, yeah, Ma. I said, but I said, man, I just ain't nobody, gave me no feedback, or they didn't ask the question. She was like, son, she said, well, and I'm not saying this because it's Mama. And Sister Carla, she was cheerleading in the background. She said the questions that I had in my head, you was already answering them in your message. I was like, and then Sister Carla backed her up in that. And that actually, it made me feel good. I got out of my funk because that was my vision.
Yeah.
That when I speak, I can answer your questions in my message. To where, and so it was like, well, shoot, I'm getting mad at myself for doing what I said I was going to do. So when she said that, it brought everything back home. So that's just how, when you come to a shift motivated event, that's what you're going to get. It's going to always be energy. It's going to always be upbeat. So that's what my things will be. It's different. So, but the back, and this was our first one. It was our first one. So shout out to Mr. George Tinsley, man, and he came through and blessed the kids, man. I was blessed he was able to make it, and to all my sponsors and stuff they gave, Elite Tutoring and Kingdom Women Inc. Appreciate you all. Of course, Shift Motivations, we definitely sponsored, and DJ NJ Styles, man, my brother, man. God bless you, bro. You did your thing on the ones and twos, man. Love you, man. And real solid dude. So y'all need a DJ for y'all event, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out, man. Real solid dude. So that's my brother right there, man. So y'all show him some love. So, but yeah, man, that's why I got to go. I'm happy for this. I told Isha, I'm sorry.
No, you.
Because we get up, we pray every morning before we go our separate ways, and man, I hit a vein Monday morning. I had to shut it down because I know she had to leave. Like I could have really kept going. I hit a vein, and I just felt like something good for to happen this week. I just felt it, and then I got the text Tuesday like, hey, we got the green light to get the books, and it's a huge order, And I was like, okay, that's just step one. Because I'm actually supposed to be going to speak there on a separate occasion.
Yeah.
So, which is at the end of the month. So that's a totally separate deal. So it was like, okay, come on, guys, green the mother. Because I had started like, okay, and then I started changing my prayers a little bit. Okay, God, everything that's out there, let it come in. And that was the first one. So I got a few more out there.
That's circling around.
That's circling around. That's pretty good. So I'm like, don't really, God. Then from those, there's possibly be some spinoffs. So, you know, because it's like, hey, we got this event going on, so we're gonna try to, plug your stuff in and see if anybody else will be interested. So different ones be hitting me back up and stuff with that. So it just staying 10 toes, man. That's it. Bro. You're like, can you bro, the conversation, which is the title of this podcast, like we just really came up with this like before we turned the mics on. Like, can you still deliver when people ain't checking for you?
Yeah, for sure.
Can you still deliver? You know what I'm saying? And not lose the essence of what you're doing. Not water. I don't water down.
And the excellence.
That's the word I was looking for,
bro.
There you go.
Because if we don't have it our way, or we don't do it like how we want it to be done, we'll have to do stuff.
Yep.
But we will have to do stuff, and when I think about that, man, it's a humbling experience too, because it keeps you at a level and keeps you in a place of humility, because that's important when it comes to going to the next level, and all these things happening, and God opening these doors, and He's doing things for you. But it's important and imperative that you still be committed to the call, even when the call ain't checking for you, ain't calling in.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, hey, such and such, all right, because it was a season I ain't had no bookings.
Right.
And when I understood that, okay, that means it's preparation time.
Right.
It means seeking. It means praying. It means getting in my word more. It means download, deposit what I need. So when he call, I'm ready. And so, and you got to enjoy those moments. Like, you got to really soak in those moments, because, man, I see a lot of people get in their own way because of pride. And, pride comes before the fall. So there's always that warning. There's always this, you always got to check for the crevice of your heart, because something can sneak in. You have to. So, man, just years of just dedication and just doing it, even not being motivated.
Right.
Like that, and that's the kicker. If you really, you're really committed when you do it in a place where you're not motivated, and you still deliver as if
you would, right?
Exactly, and you still deliver, and you like, yeah, we did that. I ain't gonna count. We did that.
Bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. That's how I felt after that back to school, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Because how everything just went, well, we did that. And I told the team, man, I said, man, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, man, because we didn't have, it was just a handful of us, really. Yeah. Literally. So it was like, man, and the fact that I was, when the band director I called to make sure everything was straight, and he forgot they had actually another gig that morning before ours. I was like, oh, shoot. He was like, no. He said, no, we're going to be there. He said, all we got to do is just come in and show up, do something. And then he said, we leaving. And so, man, them kids, man, when I say that brother does a wonderful job with that band, bro. And he gives them exposure and all over the world. They travel, bro. They travel with it, bro. But he only, it's narrowed down when they go to travel. It's only the few that goes.
Yeah.
But man, they had a good time. They was all like sitting out and had a crowd, and it was I ain't gonna lie, it was amazing. It did my heart well just to see everybody and kind of do their thing. So it just, as we get doing the different events and stuff like that, I can just only imagine what God gonna do because of the ideas that I have and stuff like that. So even just stuff outside of the church that we did it. So that was our church event, doing it for the first time. And of course, me being a youth pastor there, just spearheading it and everything. But y'all know how we do when I do stuff. Man.
Yeah.
I ain't know.
Nah, I don't. Nah, if you fall asleep at 1 hour events, it's because you dog tired or you just have zero percent interest. So, I'm not arrogant, not cocky. I just know my gift, and I just know where I fit in. I just leave it at that. But. And I say this, Doug, behind what you're saying, it keep. And I've said this 1,000 times on here, but this conversation warrants this right now. Like Inky Johnson, what the boy bro say? Commitment is doing what you said you do, even long after the mood that you said it in has passed. But it feel good when them checks rolling in. It feel good when them bookies rolling in.
It's good, don't it?
It feel good when you getting all the attention and the accolades and everybody dap you up, man. Good job. But when in that quiet season, can you still be him? Can you still be hurt,
Bro.
Can you still deliver?
Can you still serve? Can you still serve with a whole heart?
Don't make me go there. Go ahead, bro.
Can you still serve with a whole heart?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I can even remember times like at Haven Worship Center, like at the time Brother Wayne was there, just learning stuff and just how to set everything together, how to get, whatever's going on stage. If something wrong, he's like, "Hey, brother, go down there. You see, go. Okay, I need you to go and disconnect that. I need you to go do this. Okay, yeah, hook that one up." so like my start.
You crazy, man. You forever.
Love you, Brother Wayne. That's my dog for life.
Nobody said.
Nobody said.
He forever imitates
You'll get it too.
He forever
But I remember them times or just having to run up and down the stairs because where our mixing board is.
Yeah, it's up top.
Yeah, so it's just like having to run around, get that in the third, and it was a humbling experience because it's just like, okay, when we go get to the good stuff,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like people don't really take into account the small stuff and the stuff that is not fun, that you don't want to do, that you don't like, but it consists and shapes your whole character.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Like those things, I would take any day.
Yep.
Because when you think everything is good, when you think you got it all together, you think this, that, and the third, you're going to miss a lot. You're going to miss out on a lot.
Right.
So when we're doing all that running around, okay, now we can finally show you something. And then even in that, still didn't get to touch the board. But just looking and observing at what he's doing and what he's listening for, you still got to watch.
Right.
You still got to watch. You still got to pray.
Right.
You still got to prep. It's still part of where the route you're going. So after a little while, started getting my feet wet. Shortly after that, really started getting comfortable with it. Start, being knowledgeable in what is what. And he's like, okay, hey, I want you to run this service this week.
I do.
So now all the preparation and the training is really taking effect. Because now if something go down there, I got to remember what I did within the previous weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And bruh, guaranteed it's always something that's going to happen.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Right. It's a gimmick.
you get it with maybe by 15, 20 minutes of rehearsal. You're going quickly through the song. Then you still got to get the blend alive and make sure everybody on one chord, one sound, one band, one sound. So, and he'll just sit there in the corner. He'll just watch me.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
He was like, hey, what's going on? Because he already, of course he knows. He's, I don't know what's really going on.
Yeah. I was hoping you tell me.
Hey, he's like, no, keep watching, keep looking. What do you see? Ah, there you go. And so it's like, all right, cool. Because it's like, everybody can't jump in for you.
Right.
Even when they know, you have to take the initiative to still search and look and seek. So after that, bro, it's just like, okay, I understand now. And he gave me an insight that I forever stay with, man. He's like, anything that's going wrong or anything that you may not be sure about, just keep in mind it's always something minor. And it is, because a lot of times it's either a plug is not in all the way,
Right.
or with the mic, batteries, dead batteries, whatever, whatever may be going on, and intensify the setting. And then when I learned from Chris, that really,
That's the one that.
Chris, he's a beast, bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
I met. Yeah.
Bro.
He been here.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Chris, that dude.
Yeah. I know his schedule is kind of like. Oh, my bad, bro. I know his schedule like crazy. When I'm trying to get him back so he can kind of,
Yeah, and it's just like learning from him. It's like a whole admiration and respect because of his dedication and how he always there, bro. Like the amount of stuff he has going on during the week is crazy, and he's right there, right before everybody in the building, already got the sound on, ready to go.
And sometimes he leads songs too.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be. I done seen Chris be mixing one service, to go backstage, change, and then be up there leading the song on the guitar, bro.
Yep,
In the same in the next service.
Dang.
that's
Yeah.
next level dedication and
Yeah, bro.
servanthood.
Oh, trust me.
And be
Been there,
clean
done
too.
that.
Be clean. White shirt, blue jeans with the hard bottoms.
For real.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like,
been
bro,
there,
it
done
teaches
that.
you. It really teaches you, man. Like when you think you're good at a level that you're at, that you finally mastered, and then somebody else come along and make you step your game up and kick it up a notch.
Yeah. Yeah.
This the grueling pain behind the scenes stuff that
Yeah.
But you know, bro. I was thinking, right?
come from the house because
Nah,
the windows open,
Straight like that.
slippers and all.
Yeah, coming from the house, but coming from the
I
house.
was waiting.
but- you stupid.
Been ringing the doorbell.
Well, all I heard was plies when you said that. Slippers and all.
Coming from the house.
Yeah,
Hey, you know he did a video after that incident happened in Alabama, right?
what is it in Alabama?
Oh, that's how we'll talk about that. I'll check it out.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He did a whole video, but that joker had me rolling. But go ahead, bro.
For real.
So when you was talking about basically delivering where nobody checking on you or your output, the Dead Sea, right? The Dead Sea has no output. It's just water going into it, correct?
Right. I haven't
Right,
studied it in
right.
a while,
So-
so okay.
So
I'll
what
take
hap-
that word for it.
So like you being able to have a fresh body of water when there's no exchange, like or you being able to be sharp with somebody when they're not being the same way back.
Bro.
I was reading I was having some prayer time. Like this week it's been different. So I've been having a lot of shedding, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of prayer, no cap, a lot of crying, cap. So a lot of humbling going on. So I was reading Luke today, and I'm in chapter 8. I'm in chapter 8. So I was reading about when Jesus was he had just got done healing a whole bunch of people, and he was walking through another city. Well, he had the Pharisees was talking trash about this one young lady when Jesus was talking to her, and the Pharisees was like, "Oh, only if he knew what she did, blah 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 blah." And she had some oil and stuff, and she got it and put it on him, and then
Right.
and then he was like, "Well, though he said something on the lines of those who forgive a little, they also love little." You know what I'm saying? So, and then the other day I was listening to Tony Evans, and this particular passage on Tony Evans, I'm always studying somebody.
Bro.
So Dr. Tony Evans was talking about,
That dude.
yeah, he is. He was talking about love. So the one thing that'll keep you your output towards something or someone or something or some art or some job or whatever, it's your heart towards it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Your heart posture towards whatever you're doing and what you're doing it for, that's what kind of keep you
That's a gauge.
and paint with it, right? So on this particular passage, Dr. Tony Evans was speaking upon marriage, right? But he was talking about not marriage as in collectively. He was particularly talking to marriage pertaining to how
Individually.
just how the man towards the woman. So I think he had like a man conference because all you heard was men in there.
Get them nuggets.
Yeah. So, and he was basically giving them the 411, like, look, I'm finna give y'all what it is. This how it's supposed to be towards your woman. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about the different types of love, right? And then I think one of them, I can't remember all of them. I know two of them, but I know one is phileo. Am I pronouncing it correct? So I can't remember what type of love. Is that the friendship love or the sexual one? So which one is phileo?
Oh man, I remember we talked about this a while back.
It's been so
Pastor
long
did.
since I've studied that
Yeah.
one, bro.
I know there's three of them, but I know
for phileo, agape, and
Phileo, agape.
yeah, and
maybe
I think I've still got this in my
Yeah.
notes.
I want to say it's the
is that the friend one or is that
the,
the,
No, it's not that word. Oh man.
am I pronouncing it correctly?
yeah.
Okay, true that, yeah.
Okay, phileo is like brotherly love.
Brotherly love, right? So he was talking about the brotherly love, and the sexual type love, and then the agape love, and he was saying that when I'm correct me if I'm wrong, in the book of Romans, when the Apostle Paul was like, love your wife as Christ loved the church, that love he's talking about that agape love, the unconditional. So he was like, that's that love to where when you're dealing with your woman, that your sole purpose is to your input on her without you expecting her to input back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like your energy towards her without you expecting or not you looking for anything back. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically talking about how that's how Jesus did us. Jesus wasn't like, oh, when y'all get right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come down for y'all. I said, so God loved the world when, we were sinners, he came. You know what I'm saying? He gave, you know what I'm saying? So
Real.
that unconditional joint, if you don't love what you're doing unconditionally, you're not going to be able to do it and have fun doing it, even when it's not fun. Like you're not going to be able to put your mind on it when nobody is looking for you to do it because you don't love it unconditionally.
Right.
It's not agape. You don't love it without it showing you love back.
Exactly.
Oh. No.
Yep.
Was it red when you turned it on? That's weird.
Yeah.
That's one thing I hate about these things, man. You just don't know when they're.
When they just come.
Yeah. No, I got it pretty good.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah, because I remember we talked about that. Pastor did some years ago. And I thought I had it still in my notes, but I don't.
Oh yeah, John.
We're at should be at about 30 minutes now. 32. I got so caught up. I think I'm about 10 minutes behind.
Okay.
So it's at 22 right now.
Yeah.
But reality about 32.
Yeah. So he was basically talking about the agape love, the unconditional love, and he was like, "Yo, this is how if you want to turn your marriage around or your relationship or your situation, this is how you need to be towards your woman. You know what I'm saying? You need to have an agape love. No matter how she treat you, you be focused on her a certain type of way with the hope that you love her with the hope. Like if you love her like that, then in return, over time, without you put any expectations on her,
Right.
she'll begin to respect you, and then y'all will begin to gel and mesh. So it's hard for a person to do something for a long period of time, and they're not getting nothing back if they don't love it unconditionally.
Right.
You have to love it unconditionally.
Right.
Like y'all get at me all the time. You need to get back on social media. All right. But it's easier to let that portion go because I don't like being on social media.
Right.
But I can't stop creating because I love it.
Right.
I create without getting paid for it.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was in the studio last week.
Yep.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Working on some stuff. So when you love it unconditionally and you have it has a hold on you, you have a hold on it, you'll keep doing it. But it's hard to keep doing something with a grade A quality if you're not receiving nothing back.
From a natural standpoint, it is. But and that's why it takes a different type of a caliber of person. Like because you just, I mean, just like it goes back to everything God gave me: think different, be different, live different.
Yeah.
If you want to live a different lifestyle than the average person, you can't think averagely. Like Albert Einstein said, you can't solve a problem with the same mindset that you created it in. You can't. It's impossible. So at the end of the day, is you might not like the process and what needs to be done, but it still has to be done. And that's why I tell everybody, I don't care what you're passionate about. It's gonna be something about the process of what you're passionate about that you're gonna like. You ain't gonna want to do. You ain't gonna like to do.
Yeah.
Trying to tell you.
It's just a gimme.
simple.
You're not gonna be stuck with the part of, man, I would love to just be able to just show up and just be able to speak. I'm not at that place right now. You know, there's some things that I have to handle backdoor wise myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but it and I hate it. I hate it with a passion.
Dislike it with a passion.
I hate it.
He said he hate bump this.
Hate it. I do because I don't like administrative stuff. I gotten to the point because I done it for so long.
Yeah.
Like my hands have been into a lot of stuff, which has kind of shaped who I am, which has been a good thing. But it's coming to the point where it's like, okay, looking for the right person to kind of shift some things to. Yeah. And then to be able to trust that person, and because I've tried different people, and that's why I'm looking into the virtual assistant thing right now. So being in this area, so it's just kind of you're looking for that right person. You know what I'm saying? So
it matters.
It does. It does. Because I mean, I can't have like I told. It was funny because I had that conversation with Isha. I say, I think when I meet with people and they say they want to help build and do this, I say, man, I might need to have a conversation with them just to see how strong their warfare battle is. Because if you can't fight, then you can't work with me.
Exactly.
Because the enemy don't like what I'm doing. And so if he can't get to me, he gonna get to the next thing closest to me. And if you gonna fold as soon as something coming, and that's what happened. I don't care what it is. I mean, I don't want to try to sound insensitive, but at the end of the day, if I got family issues, my employees don't care about my family issues when they're trying to feed their family because of my job.
Right.
And I have to approach every opportunity like that, and you just have to do that. So it's like, okay, all right, yeah, okay, go take care of what you got to take care of. That's cool, but it's just like I can't do that because what if that was me? Employees like, Mike, you missed 12 gigs this month. We short on payroll. Okay, well, guys, we can't make payroll this month because I missed 12 engagement because of what I had going on. It's a time and place for everything, and so it's just like it takes a different person. Like Polk County produces some of the best athletes in the nation when it comes to football. Like in the nation, Polk County.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But when you look at those guys that have made it to that place, they built different. Coach Jones told me, he said when Derwin James, when he transferred from Haines City to Auburndale for that year, I don't know if it was a year or 2 years. I think he only stayed a year and then he went back. Coach Jones said, man, he said, Mike, bro, he said, I had to kick that kid out of the weight room. Like he be the first one there and then the last one there. And I be ready to go home. He still be trying to work out. That's different. That's built. That's unconditional love.
Yeah.
And those type of people that have a mentality like that are usually your 1%ers.
Yeah.
Those are your 1%ers. If we want to live like the 1%ers, we like that lifestyle, but we ain't willing to put the work in. Because them guys put that work in when nobody want to look in.
Because when you have it's crazy because when I heard Dr. Tony Evans talk like that, and I done heard that a lot of times, and I'm reading different things like that where because if you want something good, you gotta train your mind from what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that kid who he had to kick out of the weight room, he was concerned about the team, not him.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
When it's unconditional, when it's agape, and you understand your position, you can. It's hard to get off you when you don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You want everybody to give to you and pour into you or what you can feel, because you're not whole.
Mm-hmm.
The more you're whole, the more you can shift the energy off of you and put it on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that kid who had to get kicked out of the weight room, he was focused on the team. He was like, the better I am, the better I can perform for this team.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not I'm finna get this scholarship. No. We need to get this title.
Yep.
We need to win state. We need to win this next game. That's what he thinking about. He ain't thinking about, I'm finna get this scholarship. I'm finna go to the NFL. Ain't no the team.
Mm-hmm.
The better I am, the better the team gonna be.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like when you're dealing with your business partner, you're dealing with your wife, you're dealing with your girl, when you put your mind on that person, you're focused on their development, not yours.
Yeah. So you're setting a tone now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're setting a trend. You've been a trendsetter. So now you're trying to show them and how to help them model after what they say they want.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want it? Or meet me here at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want it?
I said,
All right.
I said I want to be I want to learn to be successful, not swim.
It's part of it. Get your butt in.
Yeah, so is part of it.
It's part of it, bro. It's part of the process. And this, bro, it's just like with our schedules, right? I just think about our schedules and what we have going on and the things that we desire to do, but yet still be committed to the call and the cause because it's bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
And we understand that God's people, which gives us the fuel when we're on E, you know what I'm saying? That hey, you did a great job. You ain't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? That's filling your tank back up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's hard to do something when you're not motivated to do it.
Yeah.
It really is. It is, bro. And one more important thing than to put out there, the gym. That's one of the hardest things. It's like when you get in the groove.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and you understand the importance and the impact it can have on you, and to be able to deliver something better to them and give the people a next level of excellence from you that they didn't even expect.
Mm-hmm.
And even on the love situation, I was just thinking like, which was crazy because like I want to say between this last week and a half, and I'm telling you, like, I just let that situation go. I fully took my hands off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still got in the mindset, when you ready, I'm here, open arms. But till then, I can't put that focus on that.
You're right. Can't put no energy in that direction.
No,
Right.
because now you've been deliberately disrespectful.
All right.
So I can't put my focus on that because it's going to take me to a place. It's going to create a person in me that I don't want to be on the inside that I know I can be, but I choose not to be. Be angry, say not.
I ain't been saved all my life.
But that's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's genuine, because it's you're trying to wake the other person up. You're trying to get them to snap out of it. Like, get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together. Like, and And sometimes it's not as bad as it seems, and sometimes it is.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you willing to do to keep yourself from pretty much self-destructing and getting your own?
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R828 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to starve your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
And get in your own way.
Self-sabotage. Yep.
Bruh. I can't tell you, boy, that took a minute. That took a minute. Like just starting out, that took a minute.
Yeah.
Because there's so much you deal with just happening in your own personal life, then you cross with somebody else, and then it's just like it's just
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And you have to take it by piece, man. If not, you'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You will go crazy. So it's just like understand your self-worth, what you got to bring to the table, what you have to offer, and don't shortchange the people. Like they should not get because of what somebody else did.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that ain't how we operate.
Yeah.
Because if we operate that way, we'll never get nothing done.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll never be as impactful as we could be.
Yeah. Yeah. And ET said something that checked me one day, bro. And cause I, being in ministry, you joke around and stuff, but then sometimes, it'd be like that serious type of joke. Like, but, and you be like, and you go in there, be like, man, you need to hold some of that back. And so that stuff kind of start creeping in your mind, because you be like, you may have so many engagements, and you may have, and then ET was talking about that, and he was like, so you mean to tell me I need to hold back because God can't give me no more? Wait,
Oh yeah.
Dang.
I say point taken. And it wasn't the fact that even me just like holding stuff back, but it's just like I let those thoughts creep into my head. Like maybe I shouldn't say certain stuff because I know it's gonna, like, oh, let me keep that nugget right there. You know what I'm saying? Let me drop that. Let me hold this. And it was like, because I was, man. Everywhere I went, bro, I was just wide open.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it was ministry or motivational speaking. I'm just wide open, dog. Just like it's just coming. And then there'll be some, it's like, okay, well, God want me to teach tonight, so I'm really not going in. But them times, bro, it'd be like, ooh, like, bro, you might want to hold some of that back. And I'm like, for what? If I don't come back, I don't come back. At least I got it out.
and for it to come in at that moment in time, it was meant for that moment in time.
Yeah. So I just had to learn to ride with it.
Yeah. Got to.
Yeah.
Because you'll kick yourself at the end.
So it's like, you need to tell me, if I let it, God can't give me no more. You don't want to empty out because God, I was like, man, you got to tell me but one time.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Like time, it's like people, they hold back, and I understand everything is processed out. Don't get us wrong, but it's just like I get the same energy whether somebody cut me a check or not.
Yep.
You get people that'll give you nothing because you ain't cutting no check.
Yeah.
Bro.
Now, that ain't how I roll. That ain't true impact. It's like when I let stuff like that dictate how my impact is on the individual, audience, or corporation, or whatever, it don't. That's not my code of conduct. That's not my style.
It's almost like at that point you're serving the money.
It is, bro.
Yep.
And you have to
And they got a hold of you.
Yeah, and you have to, because that happened to me at the job. Like when I be at the job, I be like, you getting that crap pay, and then you getting enslaved in the process. Do this, do that, do that.
Yeah.
You doing all the toilet seat work. You got
said the right word, enslaved.
Yeah, you getting enslaved. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So because you at the bottom of a corporation, you doing that toilet seat work, you got nothing but wipes and Clorox bottles on your you like a bathroom janitor. You just walk around with a whole bunch of Windex and you just wiping up everything, right?
Yeah, Clorox in the host.
I mean, not in the literal sense, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So then naturally you develop attitude, man. I'm just half and a half of work. But then when you, that's why I'm just saying, I'm just happy that I know Jesus, bro, because he like, son, no. You missing the whole assignment right now. No,
Right.
no. You missing the whole assignment right now.
And
You
boy,
have
it'd be
to-
hard.
It'd be hard. Like,
it'd
no,
be-
yo, you know, look, you need to do the best you can do while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
You serving me, not them. You're not serving them.
Exactly.
You're not serving them. They're not helping your emotions. They're not helping your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't care about none of that. Like, they don't, like, you know what I'm saying? When they give you them $700 every 2 weeks, they don't give you the wisdom on what to do with it. I give you the wisdom on what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, you tithe to me. You don't tithe to them.
Mm-hmm.
You serving me. Like, whenever you see that EVS worker in the hallway and you got 4 orders, you gotta jump off her bed, and she just stop you in the middle of the hallway. You say hi, and she start telling you her whole life story.
Right.
That's me. That's not big care. That's me.
Exactly.
So you're on mission for me here, not for them.
Bro.
So that gives me that whole different perspective. And then once you're, bro, this hit me the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you lead out with emotion, right? Because sometimes I'm a real emotional guy, right?
Mhm.
So when you lead out with emotion, and you put that out there as a representative for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
the person who's in front of you, they see that, right? So now you're representing yourself in a way that you shouldn't be at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So they see you. So they see this representation of you that they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to come off. You gotta watch it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you walking around and you getting that slot pay, people see it.
Mm-hmm.
The smile is gone. You're just half doing stuff. The family members see it. But if you're walking around and you're, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 and you're executing properly, and all the nurses know you, and everybody, they see that too.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, it's been times where I be gone, they tell me I can't, I'm glad you're back. Even though they know how I do the job.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They still like the interaction. They still like the energy. They still like that stuff because that comes with the package.
Right.
It does.
So God is like, son, you have to
First class experience.
Yeah, you have to adjust that. Bro, I'm convinced. Remember what Pastor Jarvis said the other day about it's gonna be a whole shift,
Right.
bro? I'm 1,000% so lit on that.
Right.
Like, I am convinced that for the ones who are lacking in currency right now, it's fine tuning our character and our values and making sure they stay on point.
Yep.
The money is gonna have to catch up later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just convinced, like, yo, I'd rather my mindset be on point. I'd rather my heart be on point. I'd rather the way I treat you be on point.
Right.
I'd rather the way I see you be on point.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather the way I love you be on point than me having all that stuff, because that stuff gonna catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So when it catches up, I'm able to handle it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And each time
That's
and
right.
each moment
I'm able to
builds
handle
you
it. Yeah.
and give you the stamina you need for when you get to that almost breaking point.
Yeah.
You be like, okay, God, pour it back in. Now
Yeah.
you got a second win.
Mhm.
Because, boy, gosh. Lord has been really testing you, boy.
You said Florida been testing you?
The Lord has been testing you, boy. Bro, it's it. I'm talking about, bro. Everybody can get it. When I get down, I'm close to the edge.
You great.
Don't push.
Don't
me.
push
Up
me.
Don't
close
push me on
try
Bro.
to lose my head.
That joint Vantage.
You be like, you
Like
gotta
sometimes
laugh.
that make me wonder how I keep
Bro.
it going under.
You get to that, you gotta laugh before you snap.
Yeah.
And bro, like, it has been the most trying time emotionally. The most trying. And like, God has been with me every step of the way, because I'm like, ooh, that was a close one. That was close. I'm too close. Too close. And man, and it's just like getting your gauge back, man. Just setting back to, let me just, what was that? I almost had a moment. It's like, Lord, I'm here as long as you need me to be, but I'm ready to go. It's my love for you that keeps me going.
Yeah, for sure.
For real, man. And it's just like, bro, it's not easy. It's
That's why I said, if you look at it at the end of the day, because God even know what you need, you got to be motivated by something to stay where you at.
Bro. So check this out. This lady came into our office, right? This was the same day. And I'm talking about, bro, I'm like, I'm real tired, like sleepy tired. You talking about getting home by after 1, getting maybe 4 hours of sleep, and then at the time we were gonna leave, we didn't leave. So I'm up. So then I had to catch an Uber. Then I got to work. I'm there. I'm just there. I'm tired. And wake up. It's like, okay, Lord, you're gonna have to give me strength on this. So the lady actually came in because they do like cleaning on Tuesdays and Fridays. So she came in. She's just like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, she's just real cheerful and just like, I said, Lord, you know to send the right person right on time, like literally. But I'm talking about my whole mood, my mood changed, my face changed, like everybody can get it. Cause I'm like, y'all ain't finna be killing me over here. Y'all ain't finna be overworking me. Like we got 7 people in the lab. So so she come in, it's like, hey, how you doing? And it's like, man, your album dope. And she was just talking and she's like, hey, y'all see this man right here? Yeah. Y'all in the presence of greatness. She's like, I said, no, you play too much. You play too much. Stop gassing me up. You play too much.
Yeah, for sure.
And and she was just saying a bunch of stuff that just I needed, cause bro, I was at my breaking point. And I was just like, and my response was like, and this is how I knew it was God, because I was like, you know what? We're in amongst the greatness amongst each other. And still to be able to give that, even when I didn't want to, but I know I needed to.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about me, it's a teamwork effort. But I just need the team to be a team. And we had conversations about this. But it's like, if it's not relayed, then ain't nothing gonna change. So, but man, I was like, God, thank you. I just said silently, thank you. Because he sent her right in that moment when I needed it. And I got my second one out straight the rest of the day.
Yeah. Remind me of them days when I was questioning God, and the only thing he would say to me, just keep going. You like, what? Really? Like, really?
Keep going.
Really? You be like, man, boy, my calendar looking kind of short right now. You're like, keep going. You're like literally, I'll be at that point, be like, okay, I'm finna switch lane. I'm finna do something. You just say, keep going. Keep going. Like, you seen my checkbook, right? You're like,
you know, right?
Keep going.
Yeah, I know. Keep going.
And it's crazy because it's in those dark moments. Because it goes back to the old saying, and or the old thing back in the day, right? Because when you had pictures, when you had to take pictures back in the day, what you had to do? You had to go to the film room.
Yep.
The film room was in what? The film room was in a dark place. So the only time the picture could be developed was in a dark place. Because if not, it wouldn't come out right.
Nope.
And so in order for us to come out right, we got to be developed in the dark place. So even though technology has evolved, the process in the sense of how things take place really hasn't.
Right. You still got to.
Because the greatness of your evolvement comes in the dark place.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? So to meet the peak of or the heightened place in my operation, it usually comes from a dark place. It's those unseen places where people didn't see you grinding late at night, getting up early in the morning. Those times where you had to sacrifice. It could have been eating like Robert Kiyosaki said. They ate beanie weenies for a year.
Yeah.
They you know, that's beanie weenies every day for a year. You know, everybody's story is their story, but it's something that drives you. That when you're really trying to be that 1% in your industry or whatever it is that you're doing, man, it's that point. It's a motivating factor that drives you. Like I said, let them take that check away from you and let's see if you be motivated to go to work the next week. You know what I'm saying?
And it'll really tell you where you're at. Because, bruh, I remember even when I had something went on with the office with my check, and it's like they couldn't get it to me. So I literally had to wait the next 2 weeks, but I got half of that. But I was just like, man, you know, it puts you in a whole different mind frame, but it also gives you a gauge to see where you're at.
Yeah.
And to see if you're really going to be about what you're going to do to get the rest of that, or you're just going to wait till you miss half in order to do what you need to do to get the full entire amount. So it's like, it lets you know where you at, whether if you're lazy or you giving somewhat, it is just not as much, or if you right there, you just like, okay, if that happens, I ain't gonna miss it because I've been doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it was that type of moment and type of thing. And so it can give you a drive. It just depends on where your drive at and your ambition and your insight on and and your self-awareness of what's going on around where you at.
Yeah.
Because those are important key factors of knowing what you need to do and how to go about doing what you're trying to accomplish. Because if not, you out of gas. And that's always going to be connected to that.
Yeah.
And you don't want anything connected to something else that will cause you to want to do something because that didn't work out. Like, we still enough. We in the fire. Hey, Jesus. It's all us. The four tops.
Stupid, man.
Hey, it's three of them boys in there. There's a fourth person in there. You see? Yeah, that's Jesus. He with us.
Bro,
We in the fire.
Bro, I was just telling one of the bros at work today about that. You know what I'm saying? Cause he was like, yo, you was in a meeting with the big boss? I was like, yeah, I had talked to him about some stuff. And he was like, man, how them other two managers is? I was like, man, they're a trip. and then he was like, yeah, man. He said, y'all can tell, man. I just said, man, yeah, they're a trip, man. And then I was like, but at the same time, he said, yeah, man, when I see him, I just say, hi, I'm by. He said, but I be feeling bad for you because you be with him all day, every day. I said, yeah, bro, I be with him all day. I said, you know what? I said, we done had a couple of fallouts twice. I said, you know what? I had to shift my mindset. And I gave him that story about Daniel in the furnace and about Pastor Murphy said. And I just witnessed to him on the spot. I told him about, basically, I told him in 15 minutes, the whole Wednesday night.
That's dope.
Yeah. And then I just spent, I said, bro, you just got to respect the position. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect the position, bro. Just respect them. And then I said, hey, we stuck at the flow, and you know how it be. And then I was like, bro, cause when you do that, that keeps your vertical right.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. So even though this is not, that's why the agape, the unconditional is important.
Oh yeah.
Cause if you're doing it from a higher source than yourself, then then your reward is not gonna be what you get back from them. Your reward is gonna be in the state of what you're doing it in. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're a man, if you're loving your woman, the way he say do it, if
it's gonna be reciprocated.
She cut shot, she respond, she don't, whatever. You don't worry about that. You worry about doing your portion and then gotta work that out. If you got a boss and you don't like him, you just respect him, how he say respect him, and then it assume all things work together they work together. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro,
that's no cap.
That's how I deal. And then you know what he said? He said, man, what church you go to? Got him.
Got him.
He said, yo, man, I'm from Chicago, man, so I'm trying to find me a love, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Come on over to Haven, brother.
I said, come on,
to
Haven. I said, come on through there. He said,
That's what. Yeah, I had ran into one of y'all leaders. I was actually picking up some stuff for the event, and so I had got in line, and I was like, huh. I say, what did I say? I asked her if, going back to preparing for back to school, huh? She was like, oh, she said, well, actually, no, not quite, but well, in a sense, yeah, I'm over the I forgot what kids ministry.
Yeah.
And so because I seen cookies, snacks, and all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Not short.
Okay. She younger?
She looked younger.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what her name was.
I think it's Michaela. That's Michaela. Michaela Young. Michaela, yeah. That's my
I
dog.
don't know.
Yeah.
But she was like, yeah, I go to Halo Worship. I'm like, oh yeah, my family goes there. She was like, oh, your family? I said, well, I said Junior and the boy. Oh yeah, I know all your aunties. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that ain't her, that ain't, but yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, hey, you never know who watching, man. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's like when you think people ain't checking for you, they really, and God is just really. It's like God is putting a facade in front of your face to keep you from seeing the real.
Yeah.
And you know what? And then on the flip side, dog, I'm coming from the house. Sometimes you be like, man, nobody checking for me, man. And God would be continuously sending somebody to ask you to do something. Hey man, you'll do this. Hey man, you'll do this. Like, okay, well, let me obviously it's something that you want me to do, God, because I'm straight. And you like, no, we need to do that. We need to do that. Well, he hounding you to come to the studio for it. We need to do that. He wants you to shoot a video for it. We need to do that. They want you to write something for it. We need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it has this. Like, God knows what He needs done, bro.
He do.
Yeah,
We don't know what He do, but He know He need done.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to know that you're being processed. You have to know that, and so even when it takes longer to develop than what we think, you still being processed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's, bro, the worst feeling is to not be ready for an opportunity because the opportunity presented itself and you was focused on what you wasn't getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling in the world, bro. When the opportunity presents itself and you didn't get it because you wasn't ready because you were focused on what you didn't get.
You focus on the reward and not the actual work of the opportunity.
Yeah, and that's actually why I love the show, and I actually adopted it as some of the core values as far as the corporation. You remember the show The Prophet with Marcus Lemonis?
He was
buy struggling businesses and help them.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I love that show, man.
Yeah.
But and his things was people, process, and product. You know what I'm saying? It's those things right there. And I was just kind of going over some stuff this week, actually, and I was like, I need to kind of do some things. So once I do get to the point where I'm outsourcing stuff, okay, this is what my company stands for. This is what honesty, integrity, that stuff is going to be in there. But if I had to if I had to put a corporate stamp on it, what would it say about my organization?
Right.
So, and what came to my mind was people, process, and product. I was like, that's old dude. I was like, yeah. And then, so what it was the value of people, the value of the process, and the value of the product, because they all intertwine. Because if I don't value the people, then the corporation don't have nothing to stand for.
Nope.
And if I don't value the process, then I never understand about the product or the person. So it's just all
intertwined.
You know what I'm saying? It all intertwined. So if we can ever get to that point and understand that there's always something going on with the process, and when people ain't looking for us or checking for us, when we don't think they are in the process, and like you said, God could have been saying it like, look, but we missed the hints.
Yeah, missed the hints. Yeah.
They're like the old saying, success leave clues. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, and we could be missing out on those things because we're trying to look for, we're looking from a bigger lens when you don't need to adjust your vision at that time. It's just set for right there.
Yeah.
The way God had it. So,
Members of the triple C's: cultivation, consistency, and commitment.
yeah.
They all intertwine. They all gotta work one with the other.
Yeah.
And then it just made me think. Like, I just sitting here thinking while y'all was talking, and it's just like,
don't allow your emotions to finesse you out of position. Because you know how you have certain ranks, and then it also shows you where you are, shows you how much work you need to do. Because it will always reveal where you at.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we think we're better where we are than when we're really not.
Yep.
It really reveals the truth about yourself. And it was like, okay. And it's just like, it's been those moments where it's been close to almost finessing yourself out of position. And then having to redo that test again. It's just like, now we can't do that. Can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
No. Not happening.
Yeah.
And there was times where I'm finna go in my car, go for a ride.
Yeah.
You know, those things help. Just give yourself time to cool off. Give yourself time to reflect. I'm kind of capping. I'm tripping.
You know what, bro?
And still be able not to show that to them, but you know that within yourself. Go ahead, bro.
Global warming is the best thing ever that hit the earth. Global warming, yeah.
Getting hot in here.
No, for real though. because now I say this right here to piggyback off what you just said. A lot of the times when those emotions just bust out, right? And sometimes it's needed. So you know where you're at. So you know where your GPS is at. When I say global warming, sometimes you have to go and deal with yourself, melt down. Go somewhere and melt down as much as you need to melt down. Like everybody wants to be Arnold Schwarzenegger with the strong and straight. No, you're not straight, bro. Go in the room and put the music on and just cry on the floor, bro.
Get to the chopper.
Go call your homegirl and have a meltdown. What did De La Toro say? Dr. T. He said that when that happened with old girl, his homegirl came. He stayed in the house and he said he called people like, FaceTime crying like, yo, I'm going through right now. Have that meltdown. Global warming. Like completely melt it all down. It's okay to melt down.
It is.
Matter of fact, it's healthy to melt down. Before you go, like you ever had a water balloon, you be around somebody and your water balloon busts on somebody, now they wet because that's your liquid on them. There's nothing to do with them. That's your water balloon for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you have a global warming moment, you melt down, and you deal with yourself. Deal with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Deal with yourself. So when you're back in the lane, you can drive. Now I'm driving better. I'm not swerving in other people's lanes.
What's that?
Now I'm driving focused now.
What's that?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not driving under the influence. So when you're really emotional, it's a DUI, bro. You're driving under the influence. You're swerving. You're speeding. You're not thinking. You're too close up on this matter when you shouldn't be. You should be way back here, but you're way up here because you're not thinking, not seeing clearly.
You become irrational.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Become irrational. So go and deal with yourself. So when you're back in the paint, you can handle what you're supposed to handle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. I ain't even gonna cap. Like, because I think it's important for people to know that God is always checking for you even when people aren't.
Oh, yes.
That's good.
Amen, for sure.
The one that do check for us, we ignore, we push to the side.
Yeah.
And we focus on the ones that don't. And it took me a long time to do that. It was hard.
Yeah.
It took a long time.
Yeah.
But I got it.
Yeah. I don't listen, man. I don't want the person that's gonna work hard while they up under management. Give me the person that's gonna do what they need to do, whether somebody there or not.
Exactly. They gonna get it done.
They gonna get it done.
They gonna get it done.
Yeah. That's it. Man, that's good. That's definitely an intriguing conversation on tonight.
Definitely.
I think it was a little different tone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's what's up, man. Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, y'all, at the end, excellence got to come forth. No matter what, no matter who's looking, no matter who's not looking, because at the end of the day, you really never know who's checking for you.
Exactly.
You just when you think they're not checking for you, sometimes they are, and God is just slip that little veil between their eyes just to kind of keep them at bay, just to make sure. Because if I gave it to you too early, like Alexander said, in a sense, you wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You wasn't ready for it, and then you'll mess it up. Because I'd rather suffer for 10 years to live a lifelong journey of success for the next 40 than to try to get it all in the 10 years and then I lose it in the next 5.
Yeah.
And you're struggling the rest of your life. 'Cause I give me the loan money.
Yeah.
Give me the loan success, man. Give me that loan process. Even though it don't like it, it hurt. At the end of the day, we all know some of the best meals that have been prepared has been in the crock pot.
Yep. Crock pot.
The crock pot, yeah, for sure.
Put that joke on that slow timer and let it cook
Yeah.
all day.
That chicken and rice, man.
What?
Fall off the bone type stuff.
Beef.
Yeah.
Y'all might have to do me some stew beef,
Man,
dog.
I got
Stew beef and
bamboozled
rice.
one day, bro.
Yeah.
I know we gotta go, but I got bamboozled.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
My grandma Beatrice, rest in peace. Came to the crib one day. I walk in the door. That's chicken and rice. You know you smell chicken and rice when you hit the door. You smell the basil leaf in the pot. Stop playing.
That's how you smell the basil leaf.
The basil leaf.
You got
in
the
the
nose of
pot.
a bloodhound when it comes
I'm
to
telling you, boy.
The bay leaf.
Good
So I
Lord.
said, ooh, yeah. So I go in the kitchen real quick, peek around the corner, grandma in there. Mom Deuce outside. Okay, bam, I'm finna steal some chicken out the pot. I'll go in there, waste my hands off real slow. You know how you turn the water on real light? Get that light drip. Open that pot, bro. All I saw was claws. I said, no, they got the chicken feet. Nah, I'm straight. Bamboozled your boy,
You ain't
man.
want the nails?
Man, I saw them feet sticking up. I was like, I'm going straight to McDonald's. Not on this, right? I'm going to McDonald's tonight.
Chicken time.
I was like, what?
Got him.
Got me, bro. Like, no.
The moral of the story is
Got me.
go get your own food.
Go get your own food. You okay, dough quarter pounder with cheese, large. I ain't no chicken feet, man. It smells so good, bro, when you hit the dough.
Hey, that's how them old folk used to cook, though.
Bro, you smell it through the
You know
screen,
what they
though.
have in that pot, boy. It be
Yeah.
smelling so good. You know.
So good.
Be done had a coon up in there.
Trying to tell you.
Grandma had the whole thing in her mouth. Grandma, you eating chicken feet, man.
It's good, baby.
Don't do that. You can keep the feet, just give me the leg. or the wing, or the thigh.
Grandma, that's chicken ankle. She nibble
Chicken ankle.
from the side. Grandma, that's nasty,
Wow,
man.
yeah, there's some good chicken ankle.
I don't want no kiss. No, I'm straight. Straight. Just give me a hug, Grandma. I'm good.
Like when Mama used to cook liver.
Boy, it smells so good. It tastes
smells
so
so
bad.
good.
Liver smell. It do smell bad. Oh, yeah, liver. Thank you. At least
I
somebody agree.
can't, man. I can't
Can't do it.
You either you a liver guy?
No.
No, I can't do liver, bro. It
I
smell
love the
like-
smell of it.
It smells like
Like, it
steak,
smells
bro.
so good.
Oh my goodness,
No.
bro.
No, sir, I don't like it.
He's stupid, man.
Don't like it. Let's get up out of here, man. Man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. It's been another live one, man. Just always remember, shoot for the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different and live different, you have the
Oh, you
Lord.
you think? Oh, yeah.
Tape 2.
Oh man, my body's all over the place tonight, man. Y'all know how it is, man. Shoot for the top because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see y'all on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. All right, peace.
Peace.
I didn't-